Hello friends, in this video we will see the insert tab and commands of Microsoft Excel 2016. Now this insert tab we use to add the picture, chart, filter, hyperlink etc. in our worksheet. We use these options to insert the objects in Excel. To open an insert tab we can also use the shortcut key Alt N. Now this insert tab we have 10 different groups. In those 10 different groups, the first group we have is table. In this table group, we use this option to insert the dynamic table like PVA table. And also we have option to add the recommended table if you don't know how you want to create, how you can or what PVA table you want to create here in your worksheet. Depending on the data, the worksheet Excel can recommend you the PVA table which we can use. Then we have option to add normal table. That means if you are having a range and you want to use that range as a table, then you can convert it into a table by using this command. So we have here already a table. Now I want to use a PVA table for this data. So I can go here in the insert tab, and this is the first group we have. It is called the tables group. So we can select this command which is called PVA table. PVA table is an easy way to arrange your data and manipulate the data to see some specific trends and things. So when you click on it, it will show you here that this is the table you have selected, this one, and where you want to create the PVA table. You can create in the new sheet or you can create in an existing sheet. If you want to create an existing sheet, you have to select where you want to create. I will create here in the same sheet. So I want to create it here. Either I can select the new sheet, it will create the new sheet for my data. If you are having multiple tables and you want to manage them all, then you can select this. Right now we have only one table. So I select this, OK, and here you have the PVA table. Now PVA table we can design according to our requirement. These are the fields which we have here in this table: salesperson, region, account, order amount, and month. And these fields is for the PVA table. So let's say I want to see this order amount and salespersons. As I select those things, you can see the table here, PVA table start changing. I want to see this not salespersons. Let's say I want to see based on regions. Now you can see based on regions. You can also do drag and drop also, like you select this and you can drag it here in the row, and also you want to drag, then you can drag it here in the column, so you will have more columns. Now you see the more columns here. So this is the easy way to manipulate your data according to your requirement. Then you can have the recommended table also. In this, the second command is recommended PVA table. Suppose you don't know with the data which table you want to create or which table can be created. So you can do what? You can select this and you can say recommended PVA table. Excel will give you the recommendation. Like you can see here, Excel is giving like you can create like this, or there are some other options you can choose. Now depending on your requirement, if it is fitting with your requirements, then you can select that and then press OK, and it is created here, but it creates in the new sheet. So when you create with the recommended option, it creates on the new sheet, but it creates the same thing. Then you have option to create the table. So if you are having a data right now, this is already a table. So I have here this data which is not in the table. So I can convert this into a table. So it is easy for me to filter, sort, and identify and this highlight the data. So for that you have to select the range. You have to select the range which you want to convert into day table, and then click this command. It opens here and you see the selected range. Now suppose if you have not selected properly, as you see I have not selected properly. So you can do it again from here. You can select properly what you want. And then you can do, if you're having, if your header having the, if your table having a header raw, if you see here, my data is having a header raw. So you click this. If you don't, then you don't select this. So my data has an header raw, so I click OK, and now you see it is converted into table. And as it convert into table, you can see it's changed the color, and also it gives me this filter drop down menu where I can choose to filter multiple options. So it will be easy for me to filter the data. Then the in the insert group, insert tab, we have the next group which is called illustration group. This illustration group allows us to add these pictures in our worksheet. We can download the picture from online source. We can add multiple shapes, smart arts, even we can use these screenshots also. Depending on the requirement, suppose my table is there and I want to design the table more good. So I want to have some information here. So okay, I want some images here. So I go here in the illustration group, I click picture. If the picture is in my machine, so it is there here in my machine, I select the picture, insert. You can adjust your picture, you can move, drag where you want to put your picture. Now just like the pictures, we can add the pictures from online source. If you want to add it from online source, you click here. Now you can you have an option to search for the bin, or you have a picture on your OneDrive stored, then you can select from there. Then you have option to add the shapes. uh, I will merge this cell to add these things. Now we can add multiple things here. Now you can add the shapes. You have multiple options to add the shapes. If you want different shapes, you have, you can select and drag what shape you want here. Same as the shape, you have option here to add the smart arts. Smart arts is the representation of some list process cycles. So you have these different options to choose from. You can make, you can add it. Let's say I want to add some cycle process, this one, and here you have, and in this side you can add the text, data 1, data 2, data 3, whatever. You can remove it, and you can adjust how you want to see this and where you want to put it in your sheet. Then you have option to add screenshots. It is an option to take the screenshot of your machine. Like if you click, it shows the open window of your machine, or you can choose, it will take the whole window, or if you want a specific place, then you can click here screen clipping, and now you can select what space you want to have. For example, I want this image there, only this. Now you can see it is available here. Then you can adjust where you want to put there. It comes like an image. So this is what we have in this illustration group, where we can add these different objects in our Excel sheet. Then the next group is add-ins. In this add-in group, we can have option to add additional application or add-ons in our Excel sheet. We do increase some extra features like Bing map. So we can add this option to add in your Excel sheet some map options, people graph, visual data visualizer. We can use this, we can get it from the store, Microsoft Store. So these are the options here in this group to get it some additional apps from this store. It is loading there and it will show you all those available add-ins and applications you have. You can search by category, or it is showing by default all. You can search by category, you can search if you want something, and whatever the add-ons you have available in your system you can see here. Right now we don't have any add-ons. You can use these add-ons which is there. Then the next group is chart group. This group allows you to add different type of charts in your data, in your worksheet. Sometimes the tables are not easily represent your data, or some people don't understand that tables. So it is good idea to have a chart which represent your data as a graphical way. So if I'm having here this table, and if suppose it is not easily understandable by someone, then I can use it to represent a chart. So here I have multiple options to choose from: bar chart, column chart, line chart, pie chart. So depending on your data you can choose what chart you want. So if you click on this column chart, you have other options to choose from. You can choose, like I chose this one, and here you have the chart on your worksheet, which is representing the same data which you are having in this table. One more option we have here in this insert chart group is the recommended chart. Recommended chart, that means if you don't know that what kind of chart we use for this data, then you can go for recommended chart. Now it is showing you all the charts. Excel, it is showing the charts which we can use with this data. And if you see here, there is no pie chart. That means it is not represented by the pie chart. So it is only have column, bar and surface and all that, but it cannot used for pie chart. So we can select what we want, and then here you have the chart in your document, in your worksheet. There is one more option here in this chart group, is to add the PVH chart. PVH chart is also same chart, but it is for the PVH table. So this is the PVH table I have. So I can create the chart for this PVH table also. You can select what kind of chart you want. Let's say I want this column chart, and here you have this chart. What is the benefit of this chart is that you can manage this chart same as you manage this PVH table. So if suppose I add some extra things here, like okay, I add sale persons here. Now you can see the chart is also changing. Or I want to add a filter here, so you can see it is also adding here. So as you can do here, you can do here also. It is visually, it is table, and this is in the more graphical way. You can filter the data, and it is also filtering here in the chart, in this PVR table, and also in the chart. So that is what it is, PVR chart. Then the next thing we have in this next the insert tab, we have this group called 3D map. This is interesting. This tab, this command in 3D map, this command do what? It is give you the option to visualize your data in 3D map. 3D map, and you can create a tour for that. Now it will only work for the data which has some kind of location data, or some kind of map kind of data. Like if you are having in your data you are having country name, area name, city names, and your data is depending on that. Like suppose it is data of the crime rate of a particular city, or if it is representing a population of the country based on different states. So we can plot this data into the 3D map. So if you are having some kind of data, Like here I have in this data, based on the country, I have these different expectations. These like life expectancy of birth, expected years of schooling, means years of schooling. So it is showing here that there is a country wise data. So in this kind of data I can use that 3D map. So if I go here, select the table, I go here in the insert and click on the 3D map, it shows that it is going to open this one. So I say okay, and here you have this. Here it is showing you the fields of your table, and here you can add those fields. So by default it always select the country one, whatever wherever the country column is there, and these other columns you can also select, like height. For the height I will use this, and also this, and also this. And here you can see what kind of table you are using, what kind of map you want. Now here you can see on the map globe. You can see in the globe, you can then close after selecting whatever you have selected, close this thing, close this thing, and now you can see here, and then you can represent your data like this. It is not showing the country names, then you can enable the label. Now it is showing the labels of the countries also. As you hover the mouse, it shows the detail about that. So it is a good idea to have this 3D map globe representation. Then in the insert tab, the next group is sparkline. This sparkline is very tricky, but it is also useful option. It is added, it is do what? It create actually the chart. It actually create a chart, the whole chart in a single cell. In a single cell, that means you can create the chart like line chart, column chart, or this win loss chart, bar chart actually, but it is created in a single cell. So based on some data, you can create the spark line in a single cell. But it is, if the cell is small, then it is very difficult for reading that that is spark line. For example, here, if in this I have some data here, or let's say here I have some data. So I want to create the spark line where I will create here. This cell is bigger than other cell. So let me increase it so we can see it easily. Now in this cell I want to add this spark line from this spark line group. For example, I want to add this line. So if I click on the line, it says that what is the range you have. So which data you want to represent in the cell which we have selected here already. So I select this range. It is the order price. You know, the line chart will show you the trend. So I selected it. Now I say okay. Now you can see it is showing you the trend of those prices. But this cell is big enough to identify. But if I created in a small default range of default height and width of the cell, it is very difficult to see this thing. You can change these things, color, design. You can change, you can add some points, height point, high point, low point. You can add the first point, last point. You can add those points, but it is very hard to see that. And same as you can change this, like the line chart, line spark line, you can add the column one. You can add this win loss also. This is what you can add from here. Same option, it looks like this, same thing. Then the next group in the insert tab is this filter group. Now the filter group has this two commands, slicer and timeline. This group, these commands do what? It create the graphical way of filter. It gives you the option to filter by the graphical way. So it is give you the option to easily filter some data in your data. You can filter the data by using the filter tab. Like if you're having some data here and you want to filter some data, so you can select those table and you can add this filter here. Because it is a table, you have option here to add the filter. Now you can use this drop down menu to filter your data, but sometimes it is looking difficult to understand. So what you can do, you can use this filter group and you can use this slicer give you the graphical floating window where you can choose some different filtering options. And the timeline has this timeline needs a specific kind of data, the data which is divided into some timeline. So if it is in the timeline data, then you can use this. All data cannot be represented by this one. If you are having a data which is having a specific timeline, then you can use the timeline filter, where you can have the slider to slide into different filter timeline. So I have a data here, I want to add a slicer here. So I go to insert tab here in the filter. If I select this timeline, you see it is not showing anything because it is not there. This data is not having any timeline thing. But if I add slicer, then I have this, and it is asking me that what slicer window you want for which column. So I want it for salesperson, I want it for month. Okay, now you see this two floating filter windows. So instead of using that filter drop down menu command, you can use it this. You can say, okay, I want to see for this user. Now it is showing only for this salesperson. Okay, I want to see only for March, February, January. Okay, clear filter, all month, clear filter, or other users. So it is the easiest way to filter your data by using this. Now I am seeing this, and if I don't want this now, so I can remove this. I can remove by selecting and pressing the delete key. Select this, press the delete key. Now you see the data is filtered. It has not gone back to the default. So where the other data goes, it is just filtered. So if we want to get back the other data, we have to enable this filter tab, and then you have to clear the filter which is applied. And now you can see all these things. So this is what the filter group we have. The next group in this insert tab we have is link, where we can add some hyperlink, link for some websites, link for some other files. We can add link for some other place in your document. Like if you have some file, I select this text, I want to add a link. So I select the cell, I go here in this hyperlink command, I click on it. Now it asks me to add the link. So if you're adding a web page, so you can add here a website page here, and then you say okay. Now the link is added here. If you hover the mouse there, you can see the link, and if you click on it, it will open the link. Or if you want, then you can change it to, if you want to edit it, right click, you can do edit the link, you can open the link, you can remove the link. If you edit the link, you can add some other things, like you can add some other file location. Like if you click on it, it will open other file. You can add some place in the document also. Like I say I want to go to this sheet. Now if I click on this, it will take me to that sheet. So the link is of that sheet in the same document. If you want to remove the link, right click, remove the hyperlink. Now it is removed. No link is there. The next group in the insert tab is this text group. This text group allows us to add the text boxes like a shape. We have text box. Also we have option to add headers and footers. These headers and footers normally don't show, but if you want to print your document with these header informations, so you can use this. Header will come in the top and footer will come in the bottom. You can add different information there, and when you print the document, that information will come with that document. Then you have option to add the word art. This like a text box you design yourself, and these are predefined text boxes. Then you have option to add signatures, and we can also add some additional objects. Like here I want to add some text boxes, so I click here in this insert tab. This is the text group. If I click the text box, now it is saying where you want to create, so I want to create here. Now I can add the text, I can add anything here, I can format it according to what I want, I can change the style, I can make it bold, I can increase the size, I can color, I can color the text also. And the good thing is about the text box that you can move it whenever you want, wherever you want. It is just like a shape, and you can also format it from here, from the shape, where you have predefined options to choose from. You can fill, you can no fill. You can choose some effects. You can choose some effects from here. You can no fill the shape. So you have other options to use. So this is what the text box. Now instead of adding the text box, designing it, color, changing style and all that, you can use this word art. These are predefined designs. So when you select this, it gives you predefined, and you can just type what you want. It is same as the floating text box. You can just choose what you want to design. Then here you have headers and footers. Now headers and footers will be added when you print your document. So when you print your document, these headers and footers will be added into your document. Otherwise it won't show. So if you click here, then it will change the layout, change the view of your document, and it is gone here. If you see, it goes on to page layout. Now here you can add the header, and in the bottom you can add the footer. And when you click on header or footer, you will see this design tab for your header, and where you can design some header, you can add some information here, you can add into footer. Then you can add page numbers. You say I'm adding here the page number. Then you can add some other things, like here I will add date. I'm adding the date here. You can see the date. I can add the file name here in this. So now the file name is there. Now it won't show normally. When you print out, it will show. Then you can go to footer, where you can add different things. You can add picture also. You can add picture from your file, or you can add it from online source. So it will print when you do print these things. So this is what header and footer. And if you want to go back to the normal view, it is change the view from page layout to normal. Now when you go to normal, you can see the header and footer is not showing. It only show when you print out the page. And this page layout option is that to show you that how it is going to print in one page. If you see here, it shows that it is going to print in one page like this, and this will be the header, and this is the normal view. Then other thing is this, to add the signature line. Signature line, that means the normal signature line you can add, where you can add what you want to print the document. Then when you print the document, then what, this line will come, and here it indicates that you have to sign it here, name and designation or whatever you want to type there. So you can place where you want to place in the document, and now when you print out the document, people will know like where they have to sign. You can resize, you can change the location. It is just an indicator of signing. Normally if you don't want to print out, we don't need this. Other thing is this, here it is signature service. This is digital signature. Digital signature service, where you can sign your document for security. And if you click this, it will take you to the online site and tell you to purchase the digital signature. It is actually a digital certificate which will add it into your document, which will authenticate your document. If someone get your document, then they will know that okay, you are the one who is sending the document. These are the services provider who do provide the signature services. You can go their site and you can get the signature service, but it is not free, you have to pay for that. If you go there, it will show you the program plan, so you have to buy that. So if you click buy, then it will show you the plans for this. Different plans they have with different benefits. So if you satisfied, then you can purchase that. Then you have this option, which is to add some embedded objects. Embedded objects, like if you're having some different application objects like PowerPoint 2003 presentation or slide, or graphic chart from Microsoft, equation 3.0, or normally bitmap image. Suppose if I click bitmap image, it opens this paint where I can design something, and it will be, when I close, it comes into the document like a shape. I can format it as a shape, and then I can place where I want to place it. This is the text group. Then the last group in the insert tab is this symbols group. In the symbols group, we have two commands, equations and symbols. We can use this symbol command to add those symbols which we don't have in a keyboard. Sometimes some symbols we don't have in a keyboard, like suppose trademark, TM, copyright. These symbols we don't have in our keyboards. So these symbols and many other symbols we have here in this symbol command. And also we want to suppose put some equation in our sheet. Equation, representation of equation, then we can do use from here. Remember, this is just an image. It is just a shape. It is not doing any mathematical thing. If you put some equation, it will not do calculation. It will just to represent some equations. So you can choose from here some predefined equations, or with the help of symbols you can create your own equation. So here in the insert tab, you have this command to add the equations or symbols. Suppose if I click here in this text and I want to add some symbol, I go here and you have these symbols. Like I want to say trademark. So I click here and you can see now is a trademark symbol, or close. Now you can see there is a trademark symbol. You want to add some copyright, then you can add here these symbols, copyright, and you can see that copyright symbol. So many other symbols are there. There are lots of symbols here. So we can choose these lots of symbols from there, and also we can use this equation. Equations are like these predefined things. This will not do any calculation. It is just a representation of some equation. You can also design, you can change some symbols and equations here from this design tab of equation, and you can format it like normal shape. You can also format it like a normal shape. And that is what we have in this insert tab. I hope that you like this one. So in the next video we'll see something else. Till then, have a good day and thank you for joining.